You are listening to the Fire Rescue Athlete Podcast with your host, Aaron Zamzow.
What's up, FRF Nation? Aaron Zamzow here with the Fire Rescue Athlete Podcast. See, I'm coming today at you with some good knowledge about boosting your immune system. And I know with what's going on in the world right now, coronavirus, flu bugs are rapidly circulating. Again, the coronavirus is something that is affecting everybody's lives. In some cases, at least here in the U.S., they're canceling a lot of events. People are being told to stay home from school and work. And I know a lot of people are pretty stressed out about it. We as first responders don't have a lot of time to be stressed out about it because we are the ones responding. We're in the front lines. And so it's very, very important for us to keep our immune systems up so we can continue to provide the services of our community. So that brings us to today. I think the first thing that I want to emphasize is you have to stay strong, not only physically, but mentally. And what you eat, what you do on a daily basis really, really affects your immune system. And I've done a post about this. I've done a couple videos about this, and I can't emphasize this enough. Now is not the time to stop your workouts. Now is not the time to start eating the sugars because we're a little stressed out. And people might be dropping them off at the firehouse because they want to thank us for what we do. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing. We're doing what we took as an oath. This is when people need us, but they also need us to be at our best during this time. And so I can't emphasize enough, there is a huge correlation between nutrition, fitness, and immune system and your immunity. So today I wanted to go through, 5-6 things that you need to really focus on to make sure that your immune system stay efficient and that you stay healthy during this time. Again, call volumes are going to be up. People are a little stressed out. We need to be there for them, and we need to make sure that we stay healthy for those reasons. So today, let's talk about immunity. All right. Now, this isn't the first outbreak. We had SARS. We've had, now coronavirus. The flu bug over the last couple of years, at least where I am up in Wisconsin, where it's a little colder, has always been something that we have to take into consideration. This coronavirus, we just don't know enough about it yet. Whether people think we're overreacting or not, that remains to be seen. But the fact that there's a lot of unknowns is what is causing this huge response. And at this point, we have to do what we can to control it, because otherwise we are going to be just overwhelmed. So again, things that we can do. Obviously, you want to make sure that you wash, rinse, and repeat. Wash everything, rigs, equipment. Make sure you're donning and doffing the proper gear and PPE when you're being put into situations where there's someone who could potentially have flu, coronavirus. And follow your PPE guidelines based on what the CDC says and also what your department says. You don't want to be caught with your pants down in this case, figuratively, I guess, an actual physically in this case, when you get called. Make sure that you have your, you pre-plan how you're going to respond. Our department, we limit the amount of people that have contact with a patient. We have gowns, we have all the proper PPE. We have masks. We have, protection for our eyes. And then we make sure that we don and doff them properly. Doffing is where we go wrong in most cases, I believe. And research shows us that that's where a lot of contamination can happen. So make sure you're washing everything, wash your rigs, donning and doffing properly, and take time to practice those skills to make sure that we are not spreading this to each other and spreading this to those that we serve. So that's the obvious one, is wash everything. So now let's get into the quick and dirty of the physical things that you can do. Again, coronavirus is taking away some of our, a lot of the events that we go on. It's not taking away your health. You still control what's going on with your own system, with your own health, with your own mental status. So make sure that you stay healthy. First thing, drink plenty of fluids. Man, you've probably heard me say this about fat loss. You've heard me say this about metabolism. You've heard me say this about general health and wellness. And this holds true to immunity as well. Good general health practices to keep your body strong by making sure that you stay hydrated. Hydration leads to performance improvement, improved cognitive capacity, and boost your immune system. So now is not the time you reach for the sugary drinks or the drinks that have a lot of chemicals in them. Your body needs nutrients to fend off bacteria, the viruses. It doesn't need to be working on these chemicals that you ingest, including sugar, and we'll get to that. But make sure that you have water in your system, because that is essential for every metabolic process. So make sure you're staying hydrated. Have some on the rig. Have some water within the department. Have a water bottle. And if you're consuming caffeinated beverages, make sure that you drink some more water to offset the caffeine. And if you are, obviously still responding to fire calls, and if it's hot where you are listening to this, make sure that you really stay hydrated, focus on it. So again, you're going to wash everything. You're going to stay hydrated. And then the next thing you got to do is you got to stay consistent with exercise. Research shows that exercise not only makes you perform your job better, that's obvious, right? We've already talked about that in the other 25 podcasts, but it also boosts your immune system. Keeping your weight under control and making sure that you stay consistent with exercise will help your body function properly. It helps improve circulation of the white blood cells through your body. And it also helps to alleviate stress. Stress can then, and a lot of this right now is just managing stress, right? I'm sure your significant others are stressed out. People that you come in contact are stressed out. Nobody knows what's going on. We have to be the calm, and we have to make sure that we manage our own stress. So exercising at least 4 to 5 times per week has been shown to significantly improve body's immune response. Now, this is at least 20 minutes. FRF, we recommend 5 to 6 times. And by the way, FRF, Fire Rescue Fitness, has workout options for home and the firehouse. If you're trying to avoid the gym, we have the Foundations program and the Fat Loss program, which have a lot of workout options for you that you can do with just minimal weight at home. So I know some people are like, well, they're telling us to stay away from the gym. Okay, you can still work out. You still work out in firehouse. You can still work out in your own home. You can do body weight squats, crawls around the floor. You could do push-ups. You could do pulls with using a towel in a door jamb. There's a lot of things that you can do to make sure that you are moving and staying consistent with exercise. Take a walk, right? Just make sure you don't come in contact with large groups. So you're drinking water. You're staying consistent. And then this one is really, really important. Put down the sugar. Now is not the time to do your stress eating. All right. I'm going to let that sink in a little bit. Sugar takes the nutrients that you need for fighting off viruses and bacteria, right? A lot of the research that I found is that if you have a lot of sugar, what happens is that it basically suppresses your white blood cells for a couple hours after you ingest that sugar. And that's not what we need. We got to make sure, again, that every single call we're at our optimal. So sugar can decrease your body's white blood cell response. And part of that they find is that the sugar needs the micronutrients to be metabolized. So all of those micronutrients that can be help fending off the viruses and the bacteria go towards digesting these sugars, and that can lead to a decreased immunity response. So now is not the time to reach for those donuts. Now is not the time to start cooking all those brownies in the firehouse because everybody's there and stressed out. Don't do it. Now is the time where you have fruits and vegetables. Put those grapes on the table. Put the celery on the table. Put those orange slices on the table. And make sure that people are eating enough fruits and veggies. All right, which brings us to the next point. Make sure you listen to your mom. Eat those fruits and veggies and proteins. Now, it doesn't just boil down to just fruits and vegetables are the one thing that will help boost your immune response, but it'll help with your total body health, which then boosts your immune system. Obviously, there's vitamin C. There's vitamins within a lot of the good, the colorful fruits and veggies. Vitamin A also helps with respiratory tract, which is really, really huge here in this case. Again, you need good sources of carbohydrates for energy with the fruits and vegetables. And then the protein will help supply amino acids that help to keep your body proteins, your body muscle, and all your antibodies functioning properly. But again, you can kind of see where I'm going with this. Highly stressful situation that we're experiencing here. High sugar diet without a lot of nutrients will add to your stress, will decrease your immune response, and will ultimately lead you to getting sick. That's not what we need to do, and that's not how we serve our communities. Make sure you stay hydrated, watch your sugar intake, eat fruits and vegetables, at least 4 to 5 servings of each every single day. And lastly, try to get as much rest and sleep as you possibly can. 7 to 8 hours if we can. I know during stressful times, we have a high call volume, but naps have been shown to boost your immune response. So, talk to your crew about going off into a corner, taking a little bit of nap. Personally, I like to go off and do these 4 or 5 minute stretch routines. It kind of gives me a little mental break. Obviously, it helps with my mobility and helps with my performance, but I really think that mentally, that's what keeps me recharged throughout a shift. I try to do it 3 or 4 times, and then that might even lead to a little stretch to a 20-minute kind of meditation nap, and that helps kind of keep me recharged throughout the day. So, first things first, wash, rinse, repeat everything. Make sure that you keep everything sanitized, don and doff your PPE properly, follow the guidelines that your department or the IAFF or the CDC recommends. Then you're going to drink water, not sugary drinks, not these dang energy drinks that have all these chemicals that you're going to be ingesting in your body. So your body's going to have to work at, fending off and metabolizing these sugars and these chemicals. So you want to make sure that you drink water, exercise consistently, put down the damn sugar because they're going to do nothing but decrease your immune response. Listen to your mom, eat your fruits and veggies, and try to rest as much as you can. Okay. And then, of course, I got to make a little bit of a joke as a bonus, chicken soup, mom, and a good laugh. Make sure that you're staying as positive as you can through these times. A good laugh and a long sleep are the best cures in the doctor's book. And that's an Irish proverb. And, this is coming out as we're doing this around St. Patrick's Day. So stay positive. And again, you need a workout program that doesn't require a lot of weights, doesn't require a lot of equipment. FRF Foundations program, FRF Fat Loss program are those for you. And now is the time, even if you wanted to make some changes, hey, been putting them off, now is the time to really focus on it because a lot of events are canceled. You may have some time at home with the family. You may have some time, to focus on this now. And this is the best time to do it in my mind. So stay safe, stay healthy, everybody. Take care of each other. Stay strong for those that we serve and protect. Keep checking back to the Fire Rescue Athlete podcast, and please let me know how I can help you and your crew, not only in this time of need, but anytime. And I look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you for listening to the Fire Rescue Athlete podcast. Please check back soon for more Q&A with your host, Aaron Zamzow.